July 16th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Madam Clerk, may we have roll call, please?
Just make sure we're recording. Councilman Werner.
Here.
Councilman Martinez is absent but virtually listening in. Councilwoman Leonard.
Present.
Vice Mayor Langowski is absent but virtually present. Mayor O'Connor.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Seated, please. Do we have any additions, deletions, modifications to the agenda? If not, may I have a motion?
Okay. No, sir, you take up these first.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Leonard, seconded by Councilman Werner. Roll call, Councilman Werner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carries.
This section of the agenda allows for comments from the public to speak. Each speaker will be given a total of 3 minutes to comment. A public comment card should have been completed and returned to the city clerk. When you are called to speak, please go to the podium and prior to addressing the council, state your name and address for the record. All public comments will be noted and may receive a response if necessary. Any follow-up will be handled by staff at a later time. Madam Clerk?
Mayor, I received no public comments.
Excellent. Thank you. We have before us the second reading of ordinance 2024-02, establishing residency prohibitions and exceptions for sexual offenders and sexual predators. City Attorney.
Yes, sir. Ordinance by title only, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Westlake, Florida, establishing certain residency prohibitions and exceptions for sexual offenders and sexual predators, providing for findings and intent, providing for definitions, providing for penalties, providing for codification, conflicts, severability, and providing for an effective date.
Do you have any recommendations to amend the ordinance as written?
Yes, sir. I'd like to propose that you consider on second reading amending the ordinance to delete the reference to public libraries. Wherever it appears in the ordinance, it's on page 2, line 25, line 32 on page 2.
We can just do a blanket recommendation.
Right.
All
Yes, sir.
references to public libraries be stricken.
It's just 3 references on page 2 and 3. Yes, sir.
It's 4. Page 3 is also one on line 22.
Yes, sir. That's what I was referring to.
There's another one on line 4.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Do we have any comments from council?
Question.
Sure.
So it's my understanding that, first of all, I've received numerous emails and phone calls, which I think the other members of the council have also received. I've talked to a few of the people on those phone calls, but it's my understanding from those conversations and input, most of whom were adverse to this proposed ordinance, that a legal challenge would come if we were to totally prohibit the residency of sexual offenders in the city. So I'd like to just pursue with the city attorney one question, whether or not the ordinance as written and as modified with the deletion of public libraries would result in such a prohibition throughout the city.
Council member, the answer is that the ordinance by its own intent and purpose is not to create a blanket prohibition. It's to provide for restrictions. It's a regulation. It's not a prohibition against residency within the confines of the state statute. And if this ordinance passes within 2,500 feet of the designated areas.
So to follow up, are there other cities in our nearby area within the county, let's say that also utilize a 25-foot limitation?
Yes, sir. I did an informal examination of certain cities, municipalities today, referring to their code of ordinances. With respect to the 2,500-foot distance requirement, City of Boca Raton, Wellington, Loxahatchee Groves, Palm Beach Gardens, Boynton Beach, all have 2,500 feet.
Okay, thank you for that. That's it.
Any other comments from council?
Mayor, if I may read a memo into record from Vice Mayor Langowski.
Please do so.
From Vice Mayor Langowski, for the record, regarding ordinance 2024-02, I believe the city should do its due diligence and do further research on the legality of the footage that is being presented. I would urge the council to table the motion and bring it back at our August 6th regular city council meeting to vote on the second reading of ordinance 2024-02.
Well, thank you, Vice Mayor, for your opinion.
I didn't quite get the reason for the delay.
It's just a statement.
I can't speak on his behalf, but
Because he
beyond
wasn't here,
that.
maybe.
Possible. I certainly am not in favor of tabling this motion, and I think we have a duty to our constituents, and I think we have a duty to those who have voted us into these position to make this decision in
Right.
order to be here. His absence in itself should not constitute a reason to delay this any further. Do we have any other comments from council?
No.
Let's go ahead and open for public hearing. Do we have any comments from the public? Madam City Clerk, are there any public comment cards?
Mayor, received no public comment cards.
There being no further public comment, the public hearing is closed. I would love nothing more than to entertain a motion with the verbiage of public libraries be stricken.
If you would, Mayor, to that extent, if you would entertain a motion to amend the ordinance on second reading to delete the reference to public libraries before taking it up in its entirety.
Let's go ahead and entertain a motion to amend the ordinance.
I'll make a motion. I'll move to approve ordinance number 2024-02 with an amendment by deleting references to public library, and there are 4 references as identified on page 2, lines 25 and 32, and on page 3 on line 4 and line 22, deleting the words public library.
I second.
We have a motion by Councilman Werner, seconded by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call. Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes,
Councilman Werner.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
I'd like to now entertain a motion to adopt the ordinance as amended.
I move that we adopt the ordinance as amended, ordinance number 2024-02.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Leonard, seconded by Councilman Werner. Roll call. Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes,
Councilman Werner.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Very good.
let's move on with city council comments. Councilwoman Leonard.
I have no comments. I think this was an important issue for our community. I said I have no comments and then I commented. But I believe that we've done what the community has asked us, and hopefully we can move forward and keep our kids safe in this community.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Councilman Werner.
I have I have one comment, and it's no comment.
I will simply end with the comment saying that I believe we have done what is necessary to protect our children and loved ones in this city. With that, City Attorney,
No, sir, no comment this evening.
Mr. City Manager,
No comment, sir.
public comments. This section of the agenda allows for comments from the public to speak. Each speaker will be given a total of 3 minutes to comment. The public comment card should have been completed and returned to the city clerk. When you are called to speak, please head straight to the podium, and prior to addressing the council, state your name and address for the record. All public comments will be noted and may receive a response if necessary. Any follow-up will be handled by staff at a later time. Do we have any public comment?
I received no public comments, Mayor.
In that case, I will adjourn the meeting at 5:40 PM.
Record time.
Is that a record?
Close.
Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, council, for your leadership.